Good afternoon, Nevada Commission on Ethics. This is Carrie.
Hello, is Ross E. Armstrong in?
He is. Can I tell him who's calling?
Hello, is Ross E. Armstrong in?
He is. May I let him know who is calling?
No.
One moment.
They all want to subvert rights. They all want to be creepy instead of just serving the public. She's probably going to go in there and be like, oh, this guy, this and
Nevada
this.
Commission on Ethics, this is Ross.
Ross, what was your last name?
My last name's Armstrong.
Okay, thank you, sir. So this is Ross E. Armstrong that I'm talking to.
Correct.
Position with the Nevada Commission on Ethics?
Yes, I'm the executive director.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for that at this time. Okay. I've just dealt with two of your unruly staff. I think I called the other one infantile, and the other one got all mad and tried to tell me how to speak, which is a violation of my First Amendment and my rights to express myself and other things. And I'm trying to get some I'm trying to get some service from the Nevada Ethics Commission. I'm not here to be cordial. I'm not here to sit there and jump through hoops for employees. I'm here to...
What are you trying to...
Okay, thank you, sir.
What are the services you're trying... what are the services you're trying to access?
Well, I do a lot of reading and everything, and part of that reading is the Nevada Commission on Ethics, Ethics and Government Manual for Nevada Public Officers and Public Employees, NRS 281A. Okay?
All right. Yep, that's the ethics law.
So, the provisions of law regulating his or her official conduct is a really big thing. They wouldn't have wrote it into the NRS if it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And I think that you guys, I don't know, actually I've done a couple talking to you guys in the last year, and I don't think that you guys understand the full importance of your position, but I'm always trying to commend you guys and say, no, you guys are some of the most important in our state, okay? Because it's you guys that are supposed to be upholding and enforcing these ethics policies that are supposed to be provisions of law regulating his or her official conduct. And these are the important part, because if I call into you guys and you guys are sitting there threatening me like this, what was his name? His name was Aaron Terry. If I call into you guys seeking help from you guys, and you guys just threaten me like Aaron Terry did, then I don't think that Aaron Terry's being enforced upon when he's being for his he's not upholding his regulations, his provisions of law that regulate his official conduct. And in fact, his official conduct isn't very official when he's trying to tell me I'm a lunatic just because I said that Carrie Ann Pedrosa is infantile, hanging up the phone on the public.
So are you trying to file an ethics complaint?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
I'm trying to call to my not constituents, but my public service agents. I'm trying to contact my employees and my officers and employees, and I'm trying to find out what's going on, because for the last 3 years I've been trying to point out the fact that the public service agents in several counties around our state are being unethical.
And the way to do that is to complete an ethics complaint, so that we can review those allegations.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Ross, I was just going to go over with Mrs. Carrie Ann Pedrosa about 281A and what it says about filing complaints. Okay? It says nonfeasance in office for, this is NRS 500, number 11B. Okay? It says nonfeasance in office for purposes of NRS 283.440, and if the public Officer is removable from office pursuant to NRS 283.440. The Commission may file a complaint in the appropriate court for removal of the public officer pursuant to that section. This paragraph grants an exclusive right to the Commission, and no other person may file a complaint against the public officer pursuant to NRS 283.440 based on any violation of this section. So when I call in to my Nevada Commission on Ethics that's supposed to be serving for the sole benefit of the people, which I'm not trying to say that you guys aren't. I actually try to commend you guys as much as possible, like with your guys' handling of that Blundo case with the guy misappropriating funds. I think I sent you guys an email that said thank you.
Correct.
I want to see more. I want to see you guys guard our liberty with like Smeagol guards his precious or something like that. Like somebody clutching onto pearls, holding onto that liberty and that freedom and that justness. Like somebody trying to clutch pearls with a jealous clutching of them pearls. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, the Blundo case started with an ethics complaint. So if you think someone is violating the ethics law, then what you need to do is complete ethics complaint using our ethics complaint form and sign it and submit it, and then we will take a look at it.
And sir, that's exactly what I want to talk to you about, okay? Is because, for one, that sounds like putting a whole lot of duty on the people, the public, that was designed and provisioned for you, the employee, to perform. And it would be only right, proper, and just that the people that were getting done wrong would provide evidence towards the proper authority, okay, the proper agency who is to uphold ethics complaints. So if I was a member of the public and I had an ethics complaint against an officer or employee in this state or in a county regulated by this state, I would probably try to contact the ethics commission, okay? The ones that are supposed to be, they're the proper authority that's supposed to be handling these ethical matters. So then I would contact you.
We can provide you a complaint to fill out. If you want to give me your address, we can mail you one, or I can email you the link to the complaint form. But before, if somebody has evidence of a public officer or employee who's violating the law, then they need to fill out a complaint and submit it to us.
Okay, and again, sir, in this country, in this nation, we're protected by the 4th, 5th, and 9th Amendments. Our property is we are supposed to be secure in our papers, persons, and effects. All of our effects, all of our property, persons, and effects. So with that, the name is an effect. Okay, the person, the body of the person is an effect. It's a property of the people. Okay, individually, and these are the key points of why government was instituted. Okay, and the reason why government was instituted on these key points was so that the people didn't have to be tied up in the way that the government is unethically acting these days. The government in the past, without the cameras, because now we're in a digital era where everybody has cameras. When you don't think you're being recorded, you're probably being recorded 3 times by 3 different people. Okay. The people of this country have a right to record their public officials in the course of their public duties. That's part of free press. We're pressing our government for information. That's how you hold people accountable. That's how you have full disclosure and full transparency, especially when the employee or agent officer has agreed to all the terms of employment. The people did not sign these people up for their employment. They actually gave public oath, and by doing so, they had taken on a certain set of obligatory standards, which is you can find those under either NRS 281A or 5 CFR 2635.101, Basic Obligations of Public Service. These weren't designed by me and you. These weren't written by me and you. We didn't make this shit up. That's not our opinion, and it's not our feelings. It can, however, be read by anyone that can read. And it can be read for those who cannot. And moving forward, we all must realize that there are many ways of recording our public service agents in the course of their public duties, and that these public service agents are held not by our opinions, but by their obligated standards to a certain set of ethical principles that we all should be able to agree on. And I believe that you guys do agree on it, because I've talked with you guys many times, and I've spoken about the ethical conduct and the ethical practices and the provisions of law regulating his or her official duties, and I've recorded many of you agreeing with that. Okay? Are you there, sir?
I'm here. What I'm saying is that we have a complaint process. If you think somebody is violating it, then go ahead and complete a complaint. I'm happy to send you a complaint. But other than that, I mean,
So you're going to put the duty on me. So you're going to put the duty on the public you're going to put duties that the public should never have ever had onto the public to make us perform things in order to get what's right and just done. Instead of just being proactive, understanding where your position lies, and then moving forward with these understandings. So that we all can have a better place to live instead of not having a good place to live. Because, for one, people should not be going through some of the stuff that they're going through with these public service agents who are supposed to be regulated. Now, all I can see across our state is unregulated officials acting as if they own the public. Sheriffs, the sheriff in Nye County, McGill, calling the public courthouse his building. That's a big no-no. If it's his building, why are we even going down there? Oh, because they asked us to? We have no duty to go down there just because they asked us to. It's not his building. It never was. In the past, in the lack of the camera and the fact that everybody can record him now, they used to do violence to people and then say it was the people's fault and not theirs. But nowadays, we catch them on camera doing all sorts of wrong. And there had already been set in place. You didn't design your employment, or you didn't design your employment position, sir. It was designed for you. It was there before you came along. Your position, your office is more important than you are, sir. And that's not saying that to be mean to you. I'm saying that because
I understand, and the ethics law that was written before I was here requires that if somebody believes that a public official has violated the ethics law...
Why am I not reading that? Point that out to me in the NRS, please, sir. Because I just pointed you out in the NRS that says nonfeasance in office for the purposes of NRS 283.440. It says... This paragraph grants exclusive right to the commission, and no other person may file a complaint against the public officer. So
that provision, although I can't give you legal advice, but that provision is related only to individuals who willfully fail and refuse to complete their acknowledgement of ethical standards. That's not the law related to general ethics complaints, which general ethics complaints can...
Where's the provision for general ethics complaints, sir?
281A 710.
710? Thank you, sir. That's awesome.
That provides the requirements, and it's also...
Okay.
You'll see those on our complaint form.
710. I've got it right here. It says initiation of ethics complaint form and contents commission may decline to render opinion under certain circumstances. 1. Except as otherwise provided in this section and NRS 281A 2.280, the Commission may render an opinion that interprets the statutory ethical standards and applies those standards to a given set of facts and circumstances regarding the priority. No, it says propriety. Sorry about that, sir. Propriety of the conduct of a public officer or employee if an ethics complaint is filed by a specialized or local ethics committee established pursuant to NRS 281A.350, which should be first go to. That's number A. B. Filed by any person except a person who is incarcerated in a correctional facility in the state or any other jurisdiction. C. Initiated by the commission on its own motion, which would be the beauty of our frickin' state. Sorry, sir, for expressing myself. Except the commission shall not initiate such an ethics complaint based solely upon an anonymous complaint, which is understandable to an extent, because that's number C, not number A, which number A is the good one, which it says filed by a specialized or local ethics committee established pursuant to NRS 281A.350, which that should be the number one go-to, and the people should not have a duty to file these. An ethics complaint filed by a person must be, because, sir, just so that you know, we have the right to complain anonymously in this country because we have a right to be secure in our persons, papers, places, and effects. And that's a provision that's enumerated in the Fourth Amendment, which is also backed by the Fifth Amendment, which is backed by the Ninth Amendment. And this is all well-to-do, but it says based solely upon an anonymous complaint. So, yes, we have the right to complain anonymously, and you being the ethics official who is supposed to be serving with the conscientious performance of his duty should take upon his own initiation, or his own, what was it called? It was of his own motion, initiated by the commission on its own motion, which would be something that would make our country so great if that was what's happening. But really what's happening is we're calling people like the Ethics Commission, we're calling the Ethics Agency, the Ethics Commission Agency, to get help, and then we're getting met by a Mrs. Carrie Ann Pedrosa who proceeds to tell us that we suck, we're not following the forms
or
proper,
Aaron Terry that
and
don't like the decibel level that's going
yes, and then we're being hung up on, and then we have to contact good Ross Armstrong. I believe that was your name. It was where I got the members and staff.
Yes,
yeah,
correct. Ross Armstrong.
Yes, Ross Armstrong. And you've been very calm. You've been a service agent, because you have not been trying to tell me what to do or trying to force duties upon me when I'm just the people trying to get these provisions of law, these regulated provisions of law or whatever, enforced to the proper channel so that people like me did not have to keep on doing this, because there's people that know less, Mr. Armstrong. There's people in this state that don't even read the Nevada Commission on Ethics ethical manual, and even though that they don't know about it, you guys shouldn't be using, even though that it says that ignorance of the law is no excuse, you guys should not be woefully using their ignorance against them, knowing better, and then not providing them with the proper information. Because like you said, you can't give legal advice, but you have every right to give formal advice, which formal advice would be all formal advice pertaining to a subject matter that has to pertain to what you're doing. And people are not getting the proper advice. They're getting underhanded skirting of the law by our public service agents that are supposed to be upholding such provisions. It's something that I don't want to have to sit here and discuss like I shouldn't have to, because I know you know better. I know you know just as well as I do about these things. I'm just saying right now that I'm not pointing no fingers at you. I'm not even pointing any fingers at Miss Pedrosa or even Aaron Terry, who I recorded threatening me today, that if I called back, that he would call the sheriffs on me, and I asked him what for. He said for being rude, I believe, and talking loud or something, which both things are both lawful. I can be rude if I want to, and I can talk loud if I want to. Those are both no crime. There's no crime in that. The only thing that you can't do is make threats of people, to people. That's one thing. Threats of physical force and violence. I'm not about that. I don't like that. I wouldn't be calling an ethics place if I was about threats of force and violence. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
Right.
I'm looking for better.
It doesn't sound like you want to complete a complaint form, and so I don't think there's anything.
No, that's not what.
That's not. Today.
That might be what it sounds like, Mr. Armstrong. So I would like to stop you there, before you start assuming and presuming. I would like you to continue the quality of help that you've been providing thus far. And I expect that you get with the people that you're supposed to get with, and that you're, it's just, it harkens back to my emails that I sent for public records requests from your office, which you guys have been upholding the standards of the provisions of law regarding records requests. And that's not only appreciated, that's expected. That's what is supposed to be done. And I commend you for doing what's supposed to be done, which is supposed to be a good thing. But right now, I want to talk to you about Knight County. I want to talk to you about how people or persons that are employees or officers of Knight County are, in fact, using the answering machine to screen calls, and that if they don't want to call you back, you don't get a call back. And they expect you to leave your name and your number so that they can call you back when they want to, and that's not a public service, that's a public disservice.
Well, again, if you believe that violates the ethics law, then I would welcome you to complete a complaint and submit it to our office. That's
worse than that, just violating ethics law. I just expressed to you what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Knight County, and then I'm going to have another person call Knight County with the same questioning, and I'm going to have that done with 5 different people, and I'll be recording the entire thing. And then, when 5 different people of the state that live have this happen to them, then that should be enough evidence to show that no, something's got to change. These answer machines. Why do they have secretaries if they have answer machines trying to subvert their 5th and 4th Amendments? It's not right. That was a rhetorical question. I don't expect you to answer it. All I know is that it's not right. It's not right at all. We have no duty to leave these names and numbers. That's against our right to anonymity. And if we don't have anonymity, what do we have in this country? If we didn't have the liberty of anonymity, sir, what would we have in this country?
I mean, that's not a question that I can assist you with today.
You can't answer that question?
I've let you know what our process is to access our services.
Is that a private question or something?
I'm going to be terminating the call because I don't think I can assist you.
I wouldn't like you to terminate the call with somebody that's supposed to be trying to get help. Fucking punk. Fucking proves to be a fucking little punk that can't help you with nothing. You see all that? That was a waste of 24 minutes of one of the people's lives. Over nothing. Over nothing, people.